is, we're back in the studio, and we're going to talk about the election, which is coming up very soon. Good morning, Kathleen Henry.
Good morning, Fran Duval.
And so, I know that you always come prepared. My only request of you now, slow down a little so that everybody can write things down.
Okay.
You know, actually, they don't have as much to write down because the registration time is over.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Registration time is over. Time for sending away for an absentee ballot is over. Yes. There's only one more thing that they could possibly do, and I'll talk about that in just a minute.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's. Okay, I am here to give you last-minute information about the election. It is, of course, on Tuesday, the 3rd, in the Hunters Crossing Conference Center, and the times, as always, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay, people ask me, when is the best time to come when there won't be anybody there? And the answer is, who knows? Yeah. Our experience has been the busiest times have been from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. But of course,
when the buses are running and before dinner.
Those two things seem to account for it, yes. You will need a photo ID. You can use a current or expired less than 1 year passport or driver's license, or a military ID that does not expire, or the special voter's ID that were issued by the county, and the county came here to give them to our residents. 130 last year. We had about 10 this year.
Suppose somebody has just come in and missed that. Can they go to the county to get a special voter's ID?
No. Yes. People call me who have just moved in, and it breaks my heart when I have to say it's too late. But if you are local and it's reasonable for you to go back to the precinct from whence you came, then by all means you are free to do that. Mm-hmm. We had one woman from the Northern Neck area. We just couldn't figure out a doggone thing that we could do to help her vote. And boy, that is a disappointment to me because I like to have a lot of strategies, but not for that lady. Okay. There are only candidates for state and local elections,
which are most important.
I wish people would understand how very important they are. Just for an example, that little bridge that we have down here on the pathway by the creek, the president didn't give us that. Whatever president it was did not give us that. We got that working through the local politicians. When we're talking stop signs and potholes, and I could go on and on, the local politicians are very important, and I hope no one will brush aside their obligation and their privilege to vote in the election just because it's local.
Right.
Yes. Okay, it will be a long ballot. There are 27 names, people vying for 10 positions.
Okay.
Yes.
A great many of those are for the school board.
Quite a number, and soil and water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And there are 2 bond issues. As usual, public schools and also public safety facilities.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. At the top of the ballot is the race for state senator. Now that's probably the most important one. The 39th district. The incumbent, who is a Democrat, George Barker, is running against Joseph Murray for that race. Okay. The Democrat Vivian Watts, also the incumbent, is running unopposed this time. Also unopposed is Jeff McKay, the Lee District supervisor.
We are the Lee District.
We are the Lee District, right. Yeah. We are the 39th senatorial district and the 39th delegate district, and that's purely a coincidence. There is no other precinct in all of Virginia that only has to remember one number.
One state and local number.
One state and local number, right. Yeah. How old was Jack Benny? 39. There you go. And after that, the Lee District, right. And the independent school board member, Tamara Koufax, is also running unopposed.
Okay.
Voting will be done on paper ballots with the pen provided. Now, please be sure that you mark your ballot in such a way that it is easy for the machine to read. These machines have a high tolerance, but let's not test that. Let's color in the oval with a strong, firm coloring.
Do they have the oval delineated better this year on the ballot, or have you seen it?
We have not seen it, no,
because, you
but
know,
that is a point.
That before, I mean, I'm not working the polls this year, but the oval has been so faint that, you know.
First you have to find it, and then you have to
yeah,
color it in.
And for a lot of our residents, the vision issue is
Right.
there. And
Yes. Okay. After they have finished firmly marking the oval, we would ask them to come to the scanner, and it takes seconds for the scanner to just suck it in, as it were.
Yeah.
And now people have asked me this: are the ballots tallied as the ballots are put into the machine? And the answer is yes, absolutely. And at the end of the day, the voting day, we can tell the results for our precinct. And we will post those results on the glass door in front of Hunter's Crossing the minute that we're ready to do that, which around 9 o'clock-ish, since the polls close at 7, and we have quite a bit of bookkeeping to do. On another topic, we will be utilizing the 2 elevator system again this year. Now, if you are a person who uses the big staircase up and down, this will not affect you in any way. But for those of us who use walkers, vehicles, etc., this is for them. And it's a great improvement. Oh, we noticed such an improvement last year. You will go down only in the lobby, as you usually do. Then the empty elevator will pop right back up again, ready to bring down another set of people. And when you go through, you're finished with your voting, have deposited your ballot in the OptiScan machine, you will go to the very back of the conference center to what is usually the business, bring those veggies up and down kind of
the
elevator.
commercial elevator.
There we go.
Yeah.
I like that. It'll be cleaned up and tidied for residential use just this day only, and it will take you to the hall in Hunter's Crossing on your way to Crestwood Court, right behind the big bulletin board. Okay. There will be signs to direct you. We had last year these big permanent-looking signs that says, exit this way.
Yeah.
And if you turn it over, it'll say exit that way, and we'll be sure to have it going in the right direction for you. So do watch for those signs. Okay. We have a full staff of election officers to assist you. 3 of the resident officers have pins and awards, having served more than 20 elections each. And we have good news this year. For the first time in a long time, a resident, Ivan Ives, will be the chief. So as usual, Precinct 426 Green Spring, we're in good hands.
Great.
Okay. So we hope to see all registered Green Spring voters, those who have not voted absentee in person or by mail, in the Hunter's Crossing polling place on Tuesday. Now, one thing I referred to that I'd like to go back to, if I may, because of the lateness of the time, today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, an absentee in-person voter can go to one of the satellite places, and we have talked that Franconia and West Springfield are the closest to us.
And West Springfield's on Rolling Road.
That it
right?
is.
Yeah.
Yes, the police station and
Right.
the municipal center
Right.
there. Yes. The hours are 3:30 to 7, and you can vote there, and they will be open, the same places, from 9 to 5 on Saturday, the 31st, which is really the last call for voting anything, anytime, anywhere, except in the polling precinct.
Good.
So,
Well, that's good to know, because there may be some people that suddenly they know they can't come for that day, but they have free time now
that's right.
to run over there and do their voting.
3 evenings, 3:30 to 7, 1 full day, Saturday 9
I
to 5.
spoke to a lady in the lobby just yesterday who told me that they had gone over, but they thought it was 3 o'clock, and so they had to wait.
Darn.
But she said the staff there was so nice, and they
Oh.
came out and said, well, you have some papers you're going to have to fill out when you get in there. So here, let me give them to you
Oh.
now. You can use your time to do. When you come in, the polls will be open. You can vote right away.
Okay, I'm glad
So
to hear
that was
that.
nice. That was on the West Springfield
West
one.
Springfield,
Yeah.
yes, they're very nice over there.
That was real
Yeah.
nice.
And we like to make the voting experience, no matter where our voters experience
Well,
it.
we have a great time here because in fact, we have to run people out sometime because they want to stand and chat because they know all the
That's right.
The officers, and so we have to say,
We do not encourage that.
sorry, you can't stand here and chat about when you're going to get together for bowling. Get out of here, you know.
Yeah.
So, Kathleen, you have some other things you wanted to bring up about the importance of the local elections?
Well, we did talk about the importance
Yeah.
of the local elections, and one more thing, if I could mention, is
ahead.
that
We have time.
We have time. That the things that you can do nowadays online, it's amazing. They're going to put me out of a job eventually when every new resident in Green Spring has total facility with the computer. You can register.
Even now?
No.
Oh,
No.
no.
Okay.
Eventually.
Thank you for making that clear.
Okay.
Yes. This is the overall big picture. Okay. You can register online, and the registration goes straight to Richmond, and then it has to come back again, of course, to Fairfax County, that is in charge of elections for our precincts. So I was happy to hear from Pat Ferguson, who is a pretty high up election officer for the county, and she told me that quite recently they have appointed a person whose main job is to keep an eye on those registrations, and any zip code that is involved in Fairfax County is immediately just brought right up to Fairfax County and serviced right then and there. So that was good to know. Yes.
Yeah, that's
So
a speedy way to register, or will be.
Will be, yes, for the next election. And if I could just mention also that the next election is March 1st. It's early. Where Virginia is involved with a larger Southern strategy kind of presidential. This is presidential I'm talking now.
That'll be primaries, right?
Primaries, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
are both parties doing primaries?
It's certainly looking like both parties are going to have a primary. We've all seen those debates. It would take an awful lot of people on both sides dropping out for there not to be a double primary, as we call it. Yes.
Yeah. And so when this won't happen in November, but in March,
Yes, in March.
it's a possibility that when one registers or when one comes to vote, that they may be asked which ballot they want.
It isn't that they may be asked, they will.
They will be
asked. Exactly.
And some people get upset with that because, they don't want to declare, because in Virginia we don't register in a party.
That's right.
And
we're all
so
independents here.
People don't want to say, oh, well, I want the Republican ballot or whatever, and they get offended, and we've had that experience
We have
before.
had that experience. We've had
And it's
people
like-
turn on their heel and walk away.
It's like, well, you can't
can't have
You can't
both.
vote twice,
Yes.
Well, you can if you're in Chicago. I guess.
Well, no, not at Green Spring. No, sir. We write
But
it
yeah,
right on the line.
it'll be interesting to see what occurs in March. I'm going to try to work that one.
Yes.
But yeah,
Well, getting back briefly with what you can do online, they are trying now to set it up where people can vote absentee online. That's really,
Wow.
yes. There's still some bugs to be worked
I would
out on
think.
that one. But you can register online. You can change your address, online.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's important. People who don't realize that even though they only moved 10 blocks from where they used to
or
live.
sometimes people who move across the hall from them where they used to live. You still need to change your registration.
Right.
Not that we will turn you down when you come, absolutely
Yeah.
not. But we will give you the forms so that you'll be
Yeah.
in the right place for the next election.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's hope that we didn't give anybody a headache telling this, and you wrote the hours down, 6 to 7. That is 6 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yes.
It's a long day for the officers. It
It
really is. I only do half day. But anyhow, so it's very...
Well, I get many calls, and that's not a problem at all. If you have any questions, by all
Right.
means, call me.
And I think we have Kathleen Henry's name up, and she's in the directory, and she lives over in Crestwood, Canterbury Square.